Let's slow down. I wanna live right now. I'm not worried, thinking about tomorrow. I'm feeling everything I need from you. It's all I believe in. I know you feel it too. Will everything we know be lost and changed for something new? Only time will tell, but I'll be holding you. I'll be holding you. I'll be holding you.
Okay, it's about 6:20 a.m. now and the sun has just come up. We are at a parking area here and we've been driving for probably about an hour and a half so far. And so we're going to be in the circuit in about 15 minutes here, and then driver check-in, and then meeting, and then racing time from 8 o'clock. And look at this. Maybe he's going to the same place we're going. He has stickers on the back for some of the events that he's been to, but look at this. Huge splitter, rock chips in it for super fast driving. Cool TE37s with endless brakes that are huge. Did you see the size of the brakes in there?
Check the back window. Ah, nice brakes. Yeah, check the back window. It's real.
What do you mean it's real?
It's
oh,
real
carbon fiber. Oh.
Wrap on the roof too.
Crazy. Okay, so the person who owns this car is very cool. It probably has multiple girlfriends.
Very.
Hey? Okay, we got about 10 minutes before we get to the circuit here, and so we're just going to do a quick little introduction for Rory here. I'm sorry I surprised you on that. I should have told you. Yeah, so just Rory and I have been a couple for probably about 8 years now.
We've been a couple. We're just making it official now.
Sorry, I'm married. But how long have you known me for?
9 years. 9 years.
9 years.
Fair to say, yeah.
And then where did we first meet?
We worked for the same school, and you were same school company, right? But you were at a different branch, and we'd see each other every now and then. And only until I quit, we realized we both like cars a lot.
No, it wasn't. No, because remember I bought my Skyline when I worked there.
That's true. Yeah.
Do you remember how happy I was?
My first ride in a Skyline. Yeah.
Okay, so Rory, you've been to circuits before, hey?
A few, yeah. Are we getting off here?
We are going.
Oh.
Evasive maneuvers. We're gonna get into that. What was that beeping?
What was that beeping?
Don't drive so fast?
I don't know, that was strange.
70 kilometers an hour is too fast apparently.
For this car. It speaks well, we're going to a circuit. You can't go more than 70.
Yeah, so what's your experience with racing on a track? How many times have you been?
Probably a dozen times or so. Usually around the Kansai area. So there's Central Circuit, Suzuka, Okayama, Meihan, Suzuka Twin. This one today, Nico, will be a first for both of us.
3,050 yen for tolls.
From Tokyo.
That part's gonna be edited out.
Yeah.
Maybe. Okay, sorry, getting back to that. So when you go racing, what car, have you always raced your same car? Have you been on a track in other cars?
Always the family car. I went with the first time was the Evo at Okayama. And then I had a Subaru STI after that, a GF8. And I took that to Central. And then I had a Laurel. I didn't take that anywhere because that was a silly car.
On my recommendation. Rory emailed me one day, he's like, what do you think about the Laurel? And I said, that's a sweet car.
That was cool. I would get people doing the West Side symbol because it was like a lowrider, Japanese lowrider.
And then the car that you currently own is a pretty sweet car, and so tell everybody what that is.
It's a RB25 R32 four-door, and that's set up for drifting, I suppose. I haven't taken grip driving, I've been meaning to, but I've taken that to Suzuka Twin and Mayhan, and yeah, that's a great car. That's a fun car.
How much power do you have?
420 as of last month, and yeah, that's a fun little car. And a lot of my friends are grip drivers, so hopefully sooner rather than later, I got my Neovas sitting around. I'm gonna throw those on and go to the track. See what I can do for lap times.
That's cool. But so you prefer drift driving or grip?
It's pretty fun to drift.
I have never been drifting, but my wife says she wants to learn with me.
Can't see her saying that.
Hey?
But I can't imagine her saying that.
I know, isn't that weird?
But that's very cool. I wish my wife would say that.
Okay, and so just one last question before we shut it down here is, so we're going to the circuit today. How do you think that this car is going to handle it? What's your prediction? I think that a slow lap time is 47 seconds.
I have no idea what lap times are there.
They said for the different classes, they said if you have lapped faster than this, then this is this.
Yeah, I saw that. I don't know the lap times, but I'll go with what you say, yeah. I think it's not going to be too bad.
It's a pretty tight circuit, which this car is going, I mean, for a low power car, tight circuit is going to be better. But then again, we also have really big heavy wheels on it. So that's going to hurt on a tight
sticky tires. It's very cold.
What kind of tires are on there, did you see?
On here?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I assumed you knew.
They're not like, I think that they're probably a higher end sports tire, but not racing specific.
Hopefully, probably enough for today. We will definitely slide around a bit.
We have some extra tires in the back in case we need it. Okay.
We're going.
Oh, yeah. Here we go. Look at that. Motorsports field. Love the entrance.
And they always have some tiny little tunnel to go under.
Isn't that weird?
That
always seems to be the case, doesn't it?
In this case, we're going under the highway, I believe, instead of the track.
Oh, that looks fun.
People have showed up.
Look at all the cars that are faster than us, except for the 8.6. We're faster than that. They're going to destroy us on the track then.
They're all heading in. Interesting.
Do you think they're lined up, or are they all left?
It looks like. There's the Techno Spirits.
Oh, I can't wait to see the cars that are in here. Oh, this is going to be fun.
Wow, it's packed for this early. Well, it's a drift and grip day today.
All these guys
non-stop running.
That guy's a drift guy.
I've always seen this place in videos, and now we're here.
Rory is cold. It's really cold up here.
Inside of one.
In your heart. Okay, so we got a list of all of the people. Now, we signed up for middle class, which is probably a mistake. They put us in the Ichiban weakest class of all. And so here's a list of the cars that we're going to be competing against. We got the RX-8. There's one more RX-8. We got a Civic, Swift Sports, Impreza, Starlet, Civic, Demio, Impreza, Starlet, 8.6, and a Note. So kind of a weird that somebody is bringing a Note to race, but that's cool. Middle class has an MRS, Swift Sports, Stagia, Impreza, Civic, Levin, RX-8. Those guys are cooler than us, I think. There's one right over there, so I wonder if that one's the cool guys or if that one's the not cool guys that are in our class. What else do we got? 86 Civic Corolla, 86 Integra 180SX, AE111, FD Sun S, that's the RX-7. And in the top class for grip, there's also drift here, and I'm not in drift, so I'm not going to read those off. Roadster, there's a Roadster in top class. Oh, I'll be there in a sec. BRZ, Fairlady Z, Roadster, Impreza, Corolla, 86, MRS, Civic, MRS, Fairlady Z, MRS, and a Civic. Oh, Sylvia, pardon me. Okay, driver's meeting. Okay, because I've never been to this circuit before, the organizer here is going to take me for a lap in his 86, the new 86. And so, here's the driver.
Speed Staro.
Okay? Speed Staro.
Speed Staro.
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 Okay, so we're going to go for one lap here.
Okay.
Hi. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, Rory.
Change. Yeah.
Arigatou gozaimasu. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a difficult course.
Yeah.
Yeah. See ya. Yeah, okay, first time on the track is done now, and it was pretty intense. The car slides an awful lot. I don't know if it has to do with low-grade tires or lack of experience, or probably more lack of experience than low-grade tires, but they are really cheap. And yeah, it's like a skating rink, and I'm all hyped up right now on adrenaline because it's really exhilarating. And you know, some people said in the comment section that of the last video that I posted, once you try it, you're gonna get hooked, and so we'll see about that. But a lot of fun to drive, really, really slippery. Okay, the track guy came to see the car to check to see if everything was okay. He said, I told him that the track was like ice for me because the tires are just sliding everywhere, and he said, these tires are bad, they're dangerous tires. And so Nexen N3000, sorry, you make dangerous tires, apparently. Okay, so let's see what we have here. Hatchback 8.6. Not hatchback 8.6, and wow, that is a really nice looking car. It's funny, all the 8.6s that I see tend to be in pretty bad condition. I'm guessing these are drift class because they haven't gone out yet. JZX 100 Mark II with the wide fender flares on it. いいですか? かっこいい車、これは。Drift? Cool. 8.6 with a giant oil cooler coming out the front. Gold 8.6 with the front bumpers all crunched. Cool fender flares, fender flares, fender flares, fender flares, not fender flares. Miata, this guy runs in the top class. Pretty crazy. This guy was in my class. He has much better tires that are not like ice. An 8.6, a new 8.6, an old 8.6. The cool one. We got a cool S15 here. With a support vehicle. And then S14, check this out. No turbo. Instead, velocity stacks on there. So very cool to see that. Especially a car that obviously gets track time. Okay, people in the car, so I'm not going to record them. Another 8.6. Another 8.6. This is where they all are, if everyone's wondering. This guy's in my class too. A Nismo Note. S14. Looks pretty nice. S15 with wide body on there. Crazy bumper and sparkly paint. Very cool. This is the guy that we saw at the parking area. He's in the top class and he is fast. And he came with his little son and it looks really fun to do that. Z33. Corolla. Hybrid Synergy drive. And this guy's in the top class too, so I'm curious to know what engine it is. It's an AE111 is the stock engine in it, so I wonder if it's been turboed. Cool looking. Another 8.6. Another 8.6 and 3 more over there. Crazy. Cool orange wheels on the Impreza. That looks like a fun car to do on the track. Okay, there's a Starlet here. This Starlet was in my class, but he could pass me. Let's see if he has Nexon tires. No, he doesn't. Okay. Okay, GTB. S13, 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 S14. It's funny because you never see this many of the cool cars all together. S-Class cars, almost all of them are in rough condition. A Laurel there. And then the good ones, they're all on the track. Let's say it's called the Lemons model. What it means is the people who have good cars typically don't want to sell their good cars, and so it leaves the market with cars that aren't in as good of condition. That's nice. A Fuga, that is a weird car to see on a track. Manual transmission, conversion, super cool. JZX 100 Mark II, ER34 4-door Skyline, that's cool. Another Skyline, and another Skyline. And a Chaser with a Sans front bumper. This is the organizer's car that he took me for driving. The Starlets are strangely popular here. Okay, S2000, S14, MR2, S2000. Is it time to go? And a Civic, and he's in the top class too. Okay, so the guy putting on the event here took our car out for a test spin, and he ended up getting 46.4.
That's what he did?
46.4, I got a picture of it.
It's gonna be on the time too.
And so that's gonna be our target. We, according to his advice, we changed the tire pressure a little bit, and he was very impressed by the door underlight glow, he said. I just made that last part up.
I think he liked how dirty it was.
Yeah? Yeah. I keep wanting to tell him that we didn't buy this car on purpose. It was an accident, but I don't know how to say that in Japanese.
I told him it was a customer car.
Really?
We don't want it anymore.
Oh.
Yeah, we're just having fun with it.
Ah, good.
Yeah.
Okay, my dignity has been saved.
I think we're complete idiots.
Is that zip tied on?
Yeah.
That's as good as it gets. I'm gonna point out the new cracks. This one. This one.
Are you counting the cracks I made?
I'm just pointing them out. This one. This one.
Inspection report.
Yeah. This one's pushed up past the headlight, eh?
You think so?
Yep.
Because I was looking at on that side the same.
It's underneath the headlight here. It's not underneath the headlight here.
This isn't raised up. You're right, it does look like that. Yeah.
That's new. That's old. And then I think the front, oh yeah, this one here. And the screen here has come off. We can zip tie that one into place. Hey, look at this. Our racing suction is all pushed in, and so now we won't get any air in the airbox.
Oh, bummer.
Oh, racing suction. That sucks. I guess it's not their first rodeo. true. Oh, that looks painful.
You guys probably like my side skirt.
my side seals. Okay, we finished the final heat there, the last one. It figures we ran out of gas on it about halfway through, and so the gauge isn't down to the very bottom yet, but it ran out of gas, and so I'm not sure how that affects my lap times or how it would have affected my lap times, but needless to say, my final run there wasn't my best. My second run was the best, and so it turns out that Rory beats me this time, and he beat me big time by 1.5 seconds on the final run, and he was running really smooth and really nice. And the car handled the track day perfectly. No troubles at all, except for Rory's little bumper mishap. Engine-wise, perfect, never overheated, never even got hot, just ran consistently. The tires were junk, super junk, but you get used to the predictability of them sliding, and so it's not that bad. We did consistently better than the other RX-8 that is here, so I feel good about that because they have better tires than we did. And yeah, I'm just overall very happy about how everything went, because first time at the track, no major incidents, no breakdowns, super fun. It's not a fast car, but it definitely is really fun to drive on the track, and so we were scoring some pretty good times considering what we have, I think. Unless you compare it to like a really good race driver, but you know, amateurs, I think it's pretty good. Okay, so we finished the first track day, my first track day ever, and my first one with Rory here, and so it went, I thought, pretty well. First impressions of the track day, or how did it go overall?
Excellent. We survived. The car survived, more importantly. I didn't think that was going to happen.
The car surviving is more important than us surviving?
No, I take that back. I'm sorry.
Yeah, if the car crashes, then we might as well die.
But no, it handled it very well. Our bodies handled it well. It was a great track. I loved it. Yeah,
it's really tight, so good for slow cars, I guess. But that's what we had.
And I like the length, because longer tracks that you're not used to, you have to remember every corner. You try to remember every corner, what to do differently than you did the lap before, and you forget. And then this one's pretty short, so you know, like, this corner you gotta go on the left side and brake at this point, and this corner you have to use this gear, and it was pretty easy to remember. It was, within, like, the lap time was only 40, you know, in the 40-second range, so it's not too much to remember. What did you think of the car?
So this is my first time of being on the track, so it's difficult for me to understand how the car would differ from one car to the next. And so I think my biggest takeaway, as far as the car goes, I thought it performed fairly well. I thought it was very easy to control. I think that when you start sliding, it gives you a lot of notice before you spin out. And I spun out once and you spun out once, but yours was a little bit more aggressive. I think intentionally aggressive, right? So what happened with that? This is your chance. It's like the confession booth.
After a wonderful lap, I did a victory lap, and in which I
turned
celebrated
it into a drift car, basically.
Celebrated heartedly, and yeah, just had some fun with it. And unfortunately, that involved going off the track a little bit.
I think it's funny how I'm trying to get a fast time and you're trying to play around, and then we both went off the course at the same spot, right?
Yeah, that was
yours just ended up eating more bumper than mine did.
Tricky corner.
Okay, so from here we're going to go do some driving in the mountains, gonna check out some waterfalls, and then it's overnight in a hotel.
First we have to pay the toll.
Well,
which hopefully is cheaper for rotary vehicles.
Yeah, it's a 1.3 only.
Wishful thinking.
You know what made me happy is we got consistently better than the other RX-8 on the track.
Yeah?
Yep. Almost, I think every time. I'll check it. But they were rather cautious, right? Probably that guy was way more worried about screwing up his car than we were of this
car. Yeah.
Because did you see he let everybody go past him?
I
That's like
didn't
all
see
he
that.
was doing on his laps was letting people pass. You know what's funny? The track guy, I don't even know what to call him. What do you call that guy? The track guy that was super friendly, always in the yellow jacket?
The event organizer.
Okay, so the event organizer, I asked him if he asked us which car that we're going to bring next, because we kind of told him that this is just like a
On a whim, fun.
right, it's the car we happen to have at the time, so it's time to bring it to the track. He's like, come to the next event, what are you going to bring? And I said, maybe a Honda City. He said the Honda Cities are really fast, and I was like, yes, I knew it. And then he said, oh, but not the city that you own. The newer cities, they're fast. Yours is dangerous. Okay, so yeah, good trip. No